Relation.
Hey, I'm imploding with fun. How about you guys?
Yeah, those balls were just ejaculating all over, guys. Welcome to the Spinner Swamp Beer Review.
I'm Jammer.
I'm Shag Dog.
I'm Jammer Fan, and I would have made an ill-timed joke about the tragedy of the Titanic sub, but Shag Dog's talking about ejaculating all over everything, and I just can't. I'm just like.
Are you talking about those bubbles? Might have been coming from the Titan.
Yeah.
Coming. That sounds perverted.
Yeah, when a Titan comes, the Titan's like a giant. You're going to catch a lot of bubbles on your face.
Jammer, they say when your enemy's making a mistake in the martial arts, so like let him finish, right? So dog, you're just like whoa! Like he's like, hey man, seaman, and you're just like, let him finish.
Bruce Lee.
If I didn't have so many family members on Facebook, I would share this video to Facebook. But
Oh, well, that's the problem with Facebook.
Yeah.
You have your account, and it has your family on it, and your friends on it, and people that you consider acquaintances or longtime distant friends.
oh wow,
And it's like, hey, I could share it to them, but then again,
they're not going to get it. They're not going to understand because it's a niche thing, right? They don't understand beer. First of all, to even understand this show at all, you got to get beer. You got to understand, and you got to understand that, like, you and even me, I'm a showman. I won't lie. You guys know it by now. I'm like you guys. I have that showman blood. I want to talk and just, it's like on the radio shows they used to do. I
always said you should have your own channel of beer reviews.
As far as I'm concerned, we're doing a radio show right now. This is the old school radio shows of the 1920s.
You should, as much as you talk.
Which brings us to the fact that, hey, Jammer Fan, you've been with us from basically 2011.
Yeah, the end when we started.
Yeah, and all the way up to this point, to the end of the original.
I don't remember him commenting that far back, but I remember when he started commenting, I thought it was a fake account and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I remember
I got a fan. You don't have no fan. Yeah, Jammer Fan. Yeah.
So, you don't realize how much that crawled under Shag Dog's skin.
Actually, I remember there being a 4-year span where Shag Dog was total conspiracy tinfoil Shag Dog, and he was like,
I really thought it was fake.
Mom, or like he was like somebody's mom is on here.
Yeah, sister,
Fan, or mom or sister. Yeah.
But Shag Dog and I would say much respect to you for being that diehard fan that has followed us through the beginning and end of the original channel and beginning and hopefully not the end of the second channel.
So just so the viewers at home don't think I'm some kind of crazy person that's going to taxidermy you guys when you die or something. It's really been like, you guys represent entertainment, but also real look into the beer, real look into life. And that's what I always really respected about your channel is it's ultimately nonpartisan. Like everybody has their leanings, but you guys really keep it like kind of like we talked about South Park earlier. Like they're libertarians. They hit both sides of the aisle. Like it's like you guys have always tuned into that like funny pop culture like viewpoint that I can relate to, and it feels balanced and justified.
Well, we try to be real. I mean, there's times where we're a little too real, I guess, and we kind of edited ourselves to not being offensive. We don't want to hurt people's feelings, but sometimes you do. I mean, I mean, when you really think about it, the South Park thing is kind of funny because they hit, like you said, they hit both sides. They hit the liberal and they hit the conservative, and they don't hold back on any of them. And that's the way I like it. You don't hold back on anybody. You turn around and find the humor in everything. And what really pissed me off about the original channel is that there was a description that I wrote for the channel
Yeah.
that I've tried to recreate, but it's not the same. And it's basically what happens when when friends are drinking beer.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
talk about anything and everything, nothing's taboo, and nobody's ever offended, and everybody just has a good time.
But there's no, like, even if we talk about a taboo subject, there's no hate, right?
No,
Like, we're not, nobody's
Just a little bit.
angry. We might be
Just a little bit.
chuckling at, like, you know, it's probably bad taste to make fun of the implosion sub people, right? But whatever,
Yeah.
we're just like South Park, but we're also kind of talking shit because, yeah, they were using video game controllers and being dumbasses too. So it's kind of like a Darwin Award situation, right?
yeah, exactly. That is a Darwin Award,
Yeah.
basically.
So you kind of, you have like, yeah, you know, the families involved, like you want to give your heart out to them and be like, you know,
I feel bad for the kid because supposedly he didn't want to go. So.
no, he didn't, and he was trying to, dude. You have no idea. When I was a kid, I always wanted to impress my dad, so I felt bad about that because I was like, yeah, I probably would have went down. My dad, he was a tough guy. He's like, don't be a pussy. That was my dad. He's like, never be a pussy.
Yeah,
so my dad was like, you know, unless you go down on this Titanic stuff, you're a fucking pussy. Like I'd be
I like that kind of father.
What, one that tells you to go down?
No, that you're a pussy.
No, and my dad, I always measured up. He didn't call me a pussy, but he threatened. He was
Watch
like,
it, man up. You got to be a man. You
Well,
got to
that's
do
the
it.
thing. You know, here's the real clicker of it all. Parents, whether they're right or wrong, usually if they love their children, they will try to make them tough because they know how life is so fucking
exactly,
hard.
yeah,
And cruel. Life is cruel. Life is hard. Life can be beautiful, and it can be a most godlike thing. I mean, it can be amazing.
Across the
But
blade.
it is awfully cruel. And the funny thing about it is if you ever watch a nature channel, you'll see the ugliness of life and you'll see the cruelness of life. But you
Yes.
also will see the vast beauty of it.
Right. That's on the smooth side of the sword is the beauty. The two edges of the sword are sharp. That's actual animals or humans.
Yeah.
We're destructive. And the earth itself and the cosmos are destructive.
Yeah.
But the pure beauty of it on that smooth side of the blade on both sides, the visual, audio.
Shag Dog, I thought you said you weren't smoking pot anymore. Like you gave it up. You still hitting the vapes?
No, I don't hit no pop. I haven't had pop for.
Oh, you just sounded like you were like.
Well, you should take it up.
Smooth blade, bro. You were just like.
That's the way it is. It's sharp.
It's a double-edged blade.
Yeah.
Double rainbow.
With the glasses too. You were like, and you were bobbing your head. You're like, man, it's so smooth.
Smooth edges.
Like,
it's the earth and it's the animals.
Come on, I was trying to be serious.
Like Shag Dog is definitely.
No. When you take that edge of that sword, either side of that broadsword, and you chop the shit out of somebody, then you see how fucking life is.
That didn't help. You sound more high.
Oh. But no, I mean, it's serious. It's serious. When you think about it.
No, yeah, true. Everything's true. Yeah. What you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Life is beautiful, but
it is.
That Bertini Bortoloni fucking.
And the thing about it is even as ugly as it can get, and I mean cruel and ugly and hard, life is still beautiful and should be cherished. Yeah. That's why I say, drink a beer with friends, enjoy their company,
right?
And embrace it.
Yeah. Even on the bad side of things.
I am enjoying your guys' company so much right now. So you know what? Thank you for telling me that. I just wanted to. Remember that message I left you guys a couple of weeks ago? Your video was playing, and I was like, "Thank you so much for this video. I'm really gonna enjoy it." And you guys were like, "Oh, thanks." I just think, like, I appreciate you guys putting your narrative out there, just putting it out into the universe. You're sending waves out to who knows who's going to intercept it. I can't always tune in, and usually when I don't, there's somebody else. You guys have other people that
Occasionally.
tune in and talk to you and stuff. And I think that's cool. It's like a ham radio. Like, hey, who's Breaker 19? Who's out there?
Oh yeah.
It's like Smoking the Bandit. I'm the bandit.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Full circle.
I'm bringing it back to that because, like,
I guess Jammer would be the bandit. I'm Snowman.
well, I'm just the guy out there, And if you think about the infinitesimal math in like connecting with somebody, like, who knew that two handsome men like me and Jammer would have so much in common while you, Shag Dog, were in the background? Who knew that?
Yeah. That's amazing.
Sorry.
I tell you, it's truly amazing how that happens.
Yeah, like no. But actually, so the whole reason, I think I told you guys this before, the whole reason I chose Jammer Fan was I knew it would bother Shag Dog. So I'm just, I'm really sorry. Like it was like a troll attempt at the beginning, But Jammer also naturally, we have like goatees and darker hair.
I think really what it was, and I think I said this before, is I'm a Spitter Swallow fan, but you couldn't put that because that sounds gay as fuck. Yeah. So you had to pick between Jammer and Shag Dog. Jammer, okay, that's less.
But fate would honestly, Shag Dog and I have both been very unemployed for certain amounts of time, so we've connected during those times. Like Shag Dog sends me a lot of videos. I upvote them, and I'm like, hey, that's good. No, you always send me stuff, Shag Dog. I always respond. You got to admit that. I always give. I
was unemployed. Yeah, for 4 months when I moved here.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of times that I've known Shag Dog.
I would say the month and a half. I lived in Florida the last month and a half because I got the COVID and I stopped doing what I did. So I moved here. So basically 5.5 months there without working.
I convinced everybody that because we had a group that would go out and to the bar and everything, and I convinced the group and Shag Dog to come out that hey, let's support our friend. He doesn't have a job at the moment, but hey, let's get him to come out with us and support. It was really for my benefit because when Shag Dog came out, he has the ability, and it says something about our astrological signs because Shag Dog knows what I'm talking about. It says Capricorns keep Sagittarians around for the entertainment value.
Yeah.
And Shag Dog is a Sagittarian, and he's always brought out humor and made me look at things a different way. So,
or he probably like, damn, I'm glad I'm not him, and laughing.
No, I've never acted that way, but I find the humor in it, and I can't help but be contagious to it. I'm like, I want more humor in my life. I want more entertainment. I want more joy. And, I want more happiness. And Shag Dog has always turned around and brought that. And
for being such a negative Nelly, I do bring a little humor and happiness. Huh?
Well, I'm going to double down on what Jammer just said and give you another dimension to your awesomeness, Shag Dog. I will say that, like, you have this dry kind of caution to the wind. Oh, I was, in the military, and the life is like blah, blah, blah thing. But you do have a resilience to you.
Yes.
Somebody can like hit you with like it's like in Kill Bill where like they're like shooting something, boom, boom, like you take 3 shotgun shells to the chest, and next scene you're up, and it's like it's like you always and you had the lung.
No matter how many times he gets knocked down, he gets right back up.
A whole lung.
That's true. That's just the grace of God.
You got like a whole lung removed, and now you're just like, oh, I'm at the gym, whatever. Like it's like
drink a lot of beer,
and then Shag Dog, you lay down for a second, and then you like reanimate.
This woman just put me in over $30,000 in debt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Promise she'd help me pay it off. Yeah. Now she's cheating on me.
Yeah.
All right.
Boom. He's back up and fuck her. Fuck everything. I'm all right.
Now she's
have a beer.
She's probably ruining her son's credit.
Yeah.
So while Jammer and I are operating on the plane of mere mortals, Shag Dog, you're in the river Styx bobbing up and down like a Florida fisherman in a hurricane.
I am like an Achilles.
Whatever. You're casting your net out. We don't know what you're doing, man, but
I do have one weak spot. Like Achilles.
Yeah, you're like Savaho, Captain Savaho.
I've only done that twice. I don't do that no more.
You sound like a salty fisherman. You're like, ah.
Well, you figure
I'm a fisherman. That's what I am. Born on the blue in the deep.
I have
My father's pride. I rock with the tide, and the seagulls, they sing me to sleep.
I have, saved 2 hoes or whatever. And a sergeant I used to work with that came up with that phrase. He's like, after he heard about my problems with the second one here, he's like, "You're like Captain Save a Hoe." Because when I worked in corrections, everybody had nicknames like Captain. There was a Captain Slap a Hoe. He broke his wife's arm. And they nicknamed him Captain Slap a Hoe.
All right, that's not good.
And we had Big Sexy and Big Dummy. These 2 guys hung out with each other.
Them making fun of spousal abuse.
Yeah. Everybody had nicknames, and he came up Captain Save a Hoe because he knew the 2 dilemmas I went through with the 2 women. But I am no longer Captain Save a Hoe. I'm Captain Save a Shag Dog. I'm about saving myself.
The one thing I have to say, when it comes to Shag Dog, he has contributed many of a thing to this beer review.
Yes, yeah.
You talk about the Captain Save a Hoe, what's
all
the
those
other
solo
one?
videos when he first started the channel, he was doing solo videos like crazy.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do solo. Oh, the new channel, yeah.
Yeah, when you did the new channel, you were cranking them out. That was getting engagement. You were establishing the channel, man.
Yeah, that's
the oblivious asshole. He's had these phrases thrown at him or created or given to him, and Captain Save a Hoe won. Oblivious asshole.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, there's like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, I can't remember the rest of them.
I can't remember all, but that just happens to follow through no matter what. The oblivious asshole. I've used that I don't know how many times over the years.
And you didn't even make it up. That's amazing.
I didn't make it up. No, I didn't.
Do you think I'm oblivious ass? Maybe I am. You think she called it out right?
But I've used that phrase on other things, even at work. Don't be an oblivious asshole.
Right. I can't remember the other thing she said. It was pretty funny. Oblivious asshole, and there's something else. I can't remember what the other one was.
All these different crazy things.
I can't remember the other one. The other one was another one she said all the time.
So what's crazy about it is the beer review has been our outlet.
Yeah.
It's been our outlet in the sense of life and being able to make sense of it, I guess.
2011, after my brother died, and Jammer came up with my true review. I'm gonna review restaurants, hotels, whatever. And I started watching beer reviews at the same time. When he's telling me about this, I saw Joe D and Ronald Riot, and I'm like, hey, I've been watching beer reviews. I'm going to do beer reviews. Okay, we'll do a beer review, and I'll put it on my website and then my YouTube channel. It's his YouTube channel. And then I was like, I got to think of the name of
What's interesting is that we were all on a journey when we begun this.
Yeah. It took off from there. I didn't even expect to be doing this many years later.
Well, we wanted, on one hand, validation, but also to share knowledge, to share
and a reason to drink
the industry. There's so many things that
don't forget that most important part. I need to drink. Let me go get another beer.
To drink. The passion of the industry. Shag Dog, you're so passionate. You always want to read. I'm a read guy. I like to read all the free beer and Beer Advocate. You always want to get the stats. I appreciate that, man.
Well, we used to. I used to do a lot when Jammer did the editing and the videos, everything. I used to print out. I used to like reading shit. Actual read. I don't like trying to flip through my app, my phone, or computer. I used to like reading off the paper. I used to print shit out at work. I was like, "Oh, what beers are we doing?" He told me what 7 beers we're doing. Okay, I'd be at work printing shit out. Let me go to Wikipedia. That's too long. Let me highlight that. Copy paste. I'd print. More what I thought was important about the beer or company or whatever. And I was reading the shit, which I like history too. So I like. But now it's kind of hard to do that. We don't know what the hell beers we're doing. And when we do beer reviews, we're just like, hey, I got 10 beers. Okay, well, what are we going to do first?
Well, now that Jammer faced that can here, Jammer, I've heard of St. Archer, but I've never had it. It seems like Stella Light or some kind of like posery beer.
Yeah, I thought it was a cider.
How the hell did you come? Is it a cider?
No,
No, it's a light beer.
I thought it was.
Ultra light beer.
So it's 4.0% or something like that.
It is 95 calories, 2.6
3.9
carbs.
What's the alcohol?
4.2.
Oh, 4.2. That's heavier than I thought. So yeah, I mean, there's no shame, but I'm just. You must have got that on a good deal or something. I can't see you just get, or for some reason, I can't see you buying
No,
that.
I bought a 12 pack, and this is when Shag Dog talks about me holding on to beer.
Yeah.
I probably had this for
6 months,
6 years.
No.
6 years.
It says June
23,
22,
22, 20, 19.
1985.
0120. What's 0120?
0120 would be January 2020.
Yeah.
But it says June on it.
June.
Can you see that?
Well, maybe it's June.
Maybe June 20th, 2023. So you had that. That was the
June 1st, 2020.
Well, we don't know. We don't know what year, but
Well, if you look back on the beer reviews, the last time we had St. Archer, that's when I had them.
so about a year ago. Yeah, so year and a half.
I can't remember when you did that.
But you know what?
Because I kept them and I was going to pitch them out, and I'm like, that's beer.
You got to do the King of Beers.
I'm like, that's beer. I can't pitch out beer. What the hell am I thinking? I should have drank that beer.
Jammer, I had to help. I had to convince Shag Dog he wasn't dying from drinking this one beer, and I learned that you could drink a beer 20 years past the date. It's probably going to be okay.
Yeah.
So I just don't like floaties. Subconsciously, drinking a beer with floaties.
The protein, and honestly, that beer doesn't look too cloudy. The cloudier, the worse your situation is.
Now, the one beer,
and
I got it on YouTube. Jammer fan, if you ever look up the Moroccan beer I did on YouTube, you can see when I pour that shit, that looks like fungus, and I didn't drink that one. I actually left a video on there.
Yeah, there's been a couple that you've referenced our talk where you're like, Jammer fan said this is protein. That's on IPAs, but yeah, the Moroccan beer.
Moroccan lager,
yeah,
I got the room temperature, and it was 3 years old. It was like black chunks in it. I was like, I'm not drinking that one.
This one says St. Archer Brewing Company was founded on the unique strain of creative talent. World-class brewers, artists, musicians, and athletes, all coming together with passion and commitment to express our collective true love, craft beer.
I wish I could go back and find. Did you do beer reviews with us on the old channel, or was it on the new channel?
So those like the last. I think that's when the frosted tip video I was talking. Like I started in like early 2019.
Okay, so we didn't get canceled until
right
July
before you guys transitioned over, so we kind of lost some of those early videos. But
yeah, like I was saying, there was a phrase where I was talking about on the channel description.
Yeah,
nothing's taboo. So when friends get together and they're drinking, and there's no holds bar, that kind of crazy stuff, That's what I've always thought of whenever we thought of the Spitter Swallow Beer Review channel, is that, hey, we're drinking, we're giving our honest review of what we think it is. We don't claim to be professional taste testers or anything like that.
Yeah.
You lost me. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? No holds bar? What, we going to prison? Yeah.
No, we were talking about this earlier when you went going out.
The marketing jingo. Like, let me help you, Shag. Now, let me read the back of this Natural Light can, all right? Natural Ice. Friends, summer. It's no holds barred when you're celebrating the ice. Shitting your pants. Needing Taco Bell.
Everything's nice.
Of summer. Natural Ice is the freshest beer you can have before you barf or shit your pants. Like, feel the ice. I don't know. You're supposed to be feel the ice. Feel
the ice.
Let the ice melt on
when
your
the mountains turn blue, you gotta poo. I guess that's what they say. And just hope it's not in the back of Ron Ontario's car. Sincerely, Anheuser-Busch.
I've only pooed my pants
once.
I pooed my pants once from drinking me, Jammer, and a guy named Rob. We used to go out drinking after work. We worked in the juice plant.
Oh boy.
Well, it was one of
dog shit his pants story. All right, let's go.
Yeah, it was one of those, like we got off work at 7. Hey, we're going drinking. We're going bar hopping in the morning. All the bars that are open in our town in Florida, 2 towns in Florida there.
Yeah.
So we hit one bar, the Quaker. And then we hit the, what's the one down there? The Crystal. And then we go all the way back to Dade City and hit the Ice Pitcher or whatever hell it was.
That was the Cappies or Ice Pitcher, yeah.
Yeah, they destroyed that one. That one's been burnt down, yeah. But I think because it was so late, I took a taxi home by the time we got done because you guys lived up there. So I had to go back to Z Hills. But I took a taxi home. It was about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you know. We've been drinking all morning. I get home, I'm like, God, I got to shit. You know, it was a couple of years after I got out of the Army. I still live with my parents. Well, unbeknownst to me, they hid a key under the floor mat or something. I get home, they're not home. I didn't have a house key. The door is locked. All this shit. I'm like, oh my God. Then I'm like, I know she said she hid a house key, but I don't know where. I'm looking for it. I finally found the house key. By the time I got the door open, running to the bathroom, I shat my pants.
Oh,
and then, you know what I did? I took off my shitty pants and I threw them in a fucking bathtub and I just left them there. Went to bed.
You
did what happened?
That's what happened.
Then what happened?
That time? I think that's about it.
Yeah, you went to bed, right? And then you woke up, and what happened?
I don't know. Went to work?
No. What's her name came at you with the fact that you shit all over the place?
My mother?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my mother, yeah. I woke up.
I actually have a Shag Dog, because I love you so much. I'm going to tell you a story that's going to save you from this. So, back in high school,
there's no saving him.
No, there's saving.
I've tried for how many years that I've known Shag Dog. I've tried to save him.
So I'm going to tell you guys the story of Tijuana before it got bad. So, back in my junior year of college, my friend Blake and I were like, he was like, hey, dude, my uncle is really awesome. He'll take us to Tijuana, but he won't do it till we're seniors in high school. So all of junior year, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want to go on this journey. So finally I make it. And his aunt and uncle are super cool. This is in the 90s. This is like, so I think I'm 16. This is 1998. And the first thing we do at his aunt and uncle's house is take a Coke can, we smash it down, we take a little needle, we poke little holes in it, and we're smoking bowls out of like a Coke can.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember that old shtick, which now I guess is like giving you tons of horrible. Like I probably gave myself cancer already by doing that. But you know, it's the 90s, whatever.
Hey, what happened back before they knew it caused cancer?
Yeah,
doesn't count.
Whatever, it doesn't count. Yeah, I like that it doesn't count. I like that, like, if death comes, like, with the sickle at my dog, I'm come for you, Dave. I'm like, doesn't count.
That's especially the company's logo. Hey, if it happened back in those days, it doesn't count. It's not our fault. It's not the Coke can's fault.
But it was back where there was a McDonald's on the Tijuana, California border, and you would just park your car there and walk across. You'd walk across that little bridge. It's super easy. You don't have to park on the – you just make sure when you get across, you go to the little ATM and you exchange some of your, you put your, honestly, just put your ATM card in, get some pesos and whatever, you go about your business. You have some American dollars too, this whole little like, right. So, we have a crazy, crazy time. Like I became a man on this trip, right? We come back and there's no problem. Like,
so you saw the donkey show.
Well, I would say that we skipped the donkey show and his uncle was like, hey, I know a place where, you guys will have a little more fun. And I refused because of like my Puritan ethics. I've never had a prostitute, never will. What happened to my buddy, I'm not going to say. But, people had a good time. I ended up drinking tequila with the uncle. We got really plastered while my friend, went into the –
right. Uncle raped you.
And I think it was because I'm OCD and I thought I was going to get – that was back in the AIDS days, right?
Well, that would have been Shag Dog. He would have went with the prostitute.
I didn't. I was like, I don't want to get AIDS, like Magic Johnson, like that propaganda was in my head. But yeah, Shag Dog. Yeah, Shag Dog totally wouldn't bang that chick. So that's what happened. And unfortunately, I was supposed to connect this back to something to defend Shag Dog, but no, I'm like, I guess we just came back to saying that Shag Dog would just die of AIDS.
The one to do the prostitute, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. I'm gonna let you guys take control of this. Yeah.
Hey, I did many prostitutes I'll admit it, when I was in Panama.
Don't do that, Jammer. You're gonna make me fucking lose my shit, man. I got stuff together, man.
I did mega prostitutes while I was in Panama. I'd say at least 2 or 3 a week.
Oh, God.
I spent like $20 a thump, not 2 or 3 a week. So I'm probably exaggerating.
Like, damn, this is cheaper than an actual date.
I mean, back when my half brother was there, he said you give him a bucket of chicken and you can get it back then in the 80s. But I was there in the 90s. It cost about $20 usually.
So, Jammer, earlier today I introduced the sparkling water scale. If I can get beer cheaper than sparkling water, a good deal. If you can get a prostitute for cheaper than sparkling water, it's a good deal. I don't know how you convert, like, water to like.
That's called the Shag Dog's conversion.
Shag Dog's conversion, like I don't know.
Yeah, you relate it.
I never had that. I might have had 1 or 2 prostitutes in America. I guess they're call girls or whatever. But
I hope you never run for office because you're not going to win. Sorry, you've already.
Oh well, that's the whole key thing. He probably could win because he's so damn honest about it.
Oh yeah.
He'd come out and say, "Yeah, I have had prostitutes. I'm a red-blooded American. What do you expect? I mean, I get horny. Yeah. Hey, I'm in a foreign country. $20 a pop. Yeah. My God, sign me up for 5.
It's like I paid a nickel a pop.
Yeah. It don't matter what I did. If I'm the Antichrist, I'm still gonna win.
Yeah.
Until Jesus comes.
But no, I mean, that's the thing about him. Did I suck a girl's toes in Orlando? Yeah. Well, fuck, I did. What the big deal?
I thought that would impress her, did it?
Huh?
I thought that would impress her. It really didn't. Actually.
No, that's amazing. In my fact, I thought it would impress her too.
I think it did in the long run. She still thinks about me because of that.
Oh yeah, she still thinks about you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross.
The only guy that would suck her toes. I mean, come on.
I wouldn't have sucked her toes now, though.
No, probably not.
They're old toes now.
Yeah. But no, what I'm saying is that he would turn around and you could actually market that. He's so damn honest. There's no secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wow, Shag. I never thought I could just say that you're like Trump, but I guess you got that Trump.
Look at my hair. Holy shit, I'm getting there.
Yeah, grab that pussy.
Yeah, grab that pussy.
I think Shag Dog lacks the connections to like Saudi Arabia and like super PAC money to pull it off.
So, well, that's the whole key for any of them is that super PAC money. You know, that one thing that allows them to use money in any kind of way.
Yeah.
Or that Ukraine money laundering money.
That's what really irritates me about politics is that there's always a go around.
Yeah.
Super PAC money allows them to funnel money anywhere they want to funnel it.
Shag Dog, your hair. So hold on, Jammer. Shag Dog's hair is going all crazy. It's like glitching out. It's like all these dancing cubes everywhere. Like look his mullet. He's got a mullet. His mullet's alive. It's like a centipede.
It's alive. It's alive.
Oh God. It's like sorry. It's
what is that? Joe Dirt?
I don't even know, man. All I know is Shag Dog's hair scared the shit out of me.
You've heard of Joe Dirt, haven't you?
Of course, they had Joe Dirt too. Dude, David Spade is a comedy idol of mine.
I haven't seen Joe Dirt 2 still. Someone told me about it years ago. I still haven't seen it.
We were
They have
talking
a Joe
about Chris
Dirt too?
Farley earlier. David Spade was the foil to Chris Farley. He was the tiny guy, and Chris Farley was the fat guy.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Black Sheep and his Danny, what the hell is the other one? Yeah.
Just like Shag Dog is the fat guy, and then Jammer's the slim foil to
I don't know
Shag
about
Dog
that.
being fat.
I have lost 43 pounds.
Hey, I lost
Shag
30.
Dog's gained a lot.
No, I'm still 30. I'm still 185 pounds.
What?
185 since I worked where I'm at.
285.
Oh, wow. Wow. I remember you pushing maximum density there for a while.
Well, shit, I was up to 219 at one point. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
As soon as I started working here, I went down 3 months. I lost like 30 pounds.
That's
First 3
awesome.
months there.
Lywin Award is the most fattest. Are you happy now, Shag Dog? You happy now?
So retain it. It's all muscle too. But I do have a little bit of a gut still, but 0.85.
Well, if you have a gut, then you're not 185.
Yeah, I'm 5'8".
No.
That's not too bad of a gut though.
Yeah, Shag Dog, you should stop like fingering your belly button. You're not impressing anybody.
Yeah, he likes fingering his belly button.
No. And sniffing it. You like to smell your hole, buddy?
If I had better penetration, the smell would have been more extravagant.
See what I'm talking about? Entertainment. That's all I can
Yeah.
do. Whether it's good or bad, you get it.
You get it. Yeah, he's smelling his fingers.
Hey, you ever pick a lint out of your belly button? Or like a really
That's like, what's her name when she used to do this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I tell you what, you get a good piece of lint out of your belly button.
Life. She was a part of that. Will Ferrell. She was the Will Ferrell. Terry O'Terry. Remember Terry O'Terry? I don't know what. But Terry O'Terry. Who would name their kid that? Terry O'Terry. That'd be like Davey.
That's actually pretty smart. I mean, because think about it. You won't forget it.
Davy O'Dave. Named after the Davy Hans.
I like the-
I would have said Dave. Well, it depends on the last name. I mean, it really depends on the last name, you know.
Davy
I like to thank 2
O'Cocksmith.
or 3 viewers that we had today.
Huh?
Cocksmith.
I'd like to thank the 2 or 3 viewers we had today. Matter of fact, I should have opened my phone and just watched it live. That would have given us 1 viewer, right? Shit.
Well, gee, now you're thinking about it.
All of us should have. We would have had 3 viewers.
I don't do it for the viewers.
So Shag Dog got lucky. Some millennial kid liked this podcast. Remember that, Shag Dog? You had 19 viewers that one night because I'm kidding.
Oh, they shared it on their Discord.
Yeah, they shared it up one time. They're like, oh, look at this fucking
Well,
old guy.
twice I had 19, 20 viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I remember coming on and all those viewers coming on with us those few times too.
that was
Hey,
cool.
yeah, Emily or something like that.
Then there's P.A. Brunus. He's a salty, swarthy.
Diehard guy there. He's another one of the fans that have been around for a while and
He'll
clues
just
in
come
on us.
and like drink his stout and be like, fuck everybody. I like him.
Ugh. He's a stout king, man.
Yeah.
He's not a stout unless it's like 10% or more.
Yeah. I used to be able to compete with them, but now that I'm drinking this fucking,
Yeah.
Hey, in the long run, it'll pay off.
Thank you, Jammer. I appreciate you like realizing I'm not trying to fuck myself in the face every day by making financial good decisions. And I can still drink beer. I just pretend that this is like IPA, and I can just close my eyes.
It's not that bad. I mean, if you turn around and focus on the fact that, hey, I'm doing this for a reason.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm not being careless. I'm being responsible, and I'm going to take it. Here's the thing. People can say what they want and everything, but God, let me get religious for one moment.
All right.
God has always said, you can do these things that you want to do. You can do everything you want to do. You have that free will to do everything you want to do. You do it. But everything you do, there is a cost. So I'm telling you, I don't think you should do this,
I'd say you
getting debt
want to do
and everything, or do this sexually or whatever it is, because I know that it's not good for you. I'm telling you not to do it, but you have the free will to choose. So you choose what you want to choose, and there's a cost to it. So by you being responsible and by you saying, "Hey, I'm going to do this because I know that's good for me,"
Yeah.
in the long run, you'll benefit from it.
Sure, but there's, have you ever just felt like that?
Because you can do anything you want to do. It's just not good for you to do everything you want to do, because there should be some limitations.
Well, it might have to pay the consequences.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever felt that beer bloodlust? Like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to buy everything I want. I'm just going to come over this shit. I'm going to spend $400.
Yeah, but are you any happier when you do it?
No, which is why I don't do it. But like,
what?
I
do the beer review.
Just to be like, I want to buy all the beer in the land, Pliny the Elder, Rochefort 12, like all the badass beers.
Yeah.
Stack me up.
You know what's funny is, go ahead.
Beer review on it.
What's funny is that I watched a recent video where they do those urban explorations where they go into these houses and all these different things like that. Well, this one guy, he went into this mansion that is abandoned because the family was on an airplane together and they died, and the property has sat vacant all these years.
Yeah.
He goes exploring and he finds, well, look at this. Here's clothes with the tag still on it. Designer clothes from Gucci and Christian Dior and all this different stuff, all these designer brands and everything like that. And he goes through all the different places and he sees all these different things that are, Chanel and all this other crap. And here's the thing that I say about that. When it's all said and done, they bought everything they could possibly buy, but they still couldn't survive the end result, which is, hey, you're going to end up dead at one point in time in your life. You bought everything you wanted. It didn't bring you any pleasure because guess what? They're sitting in the closet with the tag still on it.
Yeah, your turn. Hey.
Thanks for belittling everything I said.
Well, he was trying to do this whole. Hold on. It was funny. It was it's juvenile. Like, it was like, yeah. It's sorry, Jammer. I got Shag Dog can derail a situation. You were being very poignant and like a scholar.
Yeah.
You were.
Everybody understood it for about 10 seconds.
I know. This is my life with Shag Dog in it. I mean, every time I try to be serious with him, he makes fun of me.
Everybody was concerned. Understood you. Everybody didn't.
Every time I try to give my friends good advice, Shag Dog has just belittled it. That's why he's in the situations he's in, being adventurous and embracing life.
Yes.
Like you said,
he doesn't listen to me.
And he can go do a bunch of crazy shit. So he'll probably live.
That's what I said about him. He can put himself in situations that would basically kill the mere mortal.
Yeah, but he'll
turn around and fall in shit. I mean, buried in shit, buried in manure, more manure than Back to the Future Biff.
Yeah,
had to experience. But Shag Dog will come out smelling like the rose.
All right, unlike Biff, I'd get 10 Sports Almanac, not just one.
10.
He'll
That's
come
why
out
you
smelling like a Spanish rose.
You'll get 10 of the same thing.
What's that?
10 of the same thing. Okay, someone like Marty McFly.
Have 10. They had one. They had one Sports Almanac. They didn't have 10.
But if you go back 10 seconds later, it'll still be there. You get that one, and you go back.
Then you start creating multiverses, and you're gonna have to pay for that fucking multiverse bill.
And why would you want 10 when you have one that will tell you everything anyway?
Well, you got 10 Marty McFlys coming back, taking those fuckers.
You don't want that. That's bad.
Yeah.
Ganging up on you.
You don't want.
Yeah, Jammer did say, I'm one step away from homelessness. And he's probably right. I didn't even realize it. And matter of fact, after he said that, he pushed me more towards homelessness.
No, I did not.
Yeah, he did. I never even thought about it until you said it.
Shag Dog,
I strive to keep you from burying yourself in debt and homelessness, and you
but one time
basically
you said,
embraced every moment of it and ran towards it.
Smell like roses. You're one step away from homelessness, and now here I am even thinking about taking that step to homelessness.
Shag Dog, I'll tell you right now, you're lucky that Jammer loves you so much at a basic human crazy level. I don't think he'd ever let you go homeless. I think he might let you sleep in the yard, like put a tent in the backyard, but I don't think he'd let you just go homeless.
Sure his wife probably wouldn't let me sleep in the yard.
I fucking give him a tent.
Yeah, you'd get a tent. I know you'd get a tent. So, Shag Dog, you got a blessing in life, man. How many people know they at least got a tent in somebody's backyard?
I don't know what kind of yard he has since he moved to where he is right now, but most yards in the metro area down there.
Hey, you can rent the yard at my other house. How's that?
Well, yeah. Well, they can put a tent up.
Are you going to freeze to death? That's all I care about.
Hey, I did tell you, you could always put an RV in the yard. I told you that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's even better, man. Why aren't you just buying an RV, Shag Dog? Why are you trying to travel around the country?
No, I can put an RV in my brother's
Shag
yard.
Dog, I appreciate it, man. I know the answer to this. Shag Dog wants to see the country. Let me ask you this, Shag Dog. Like, what's driving this final adventure? Is it like you're just like, you get to a certain age? Like, I get it. You're inspiring me, man. Are you just like, I want an adventure? Like, are you just ready for an adventure?
Every year you're closer to death, right?
Yeah.
You're dying right now. So
yeah,
everybody's dying right now.
Yeah,
we're really surviving, but really,
the moment you were born, you were dying.
Yeah.
So now we're all really dying because we're like.
Actually, I don't really think when you're born you're dying, because you're growing when you're born. At a certain point, you're growing, you're thriving. They say a 28-year-old is the peak of a man's physical.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so maybe 28, 27, depending on your physicality. Then you start dying, whether you're 18, 28, 34.
And I'm turning 41 in 30 days on July 28th. So
you're dying too.
Yes, I am dying. I'm a husk. I'm already dying. But what does that say for you guys? I'm like the young buck on this show, and I'm 40-fucking-1. You guys are fucked.
Yeah, I'm 51. But hey, what? You know, I know a lot of people died in their 40s. And we're past that.
John Candy died when he was 46.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 43.
43, sorry.
Yeah, we had, it was like, and then fucking Chris Farley at 33. I can't believe I'm coming up on 10 years plus of Chris Farley. That's got to be, once you hit 43, you can at least be like, fuck yeah.
Alexa, when did Jim Belushi die?
Oh, shit.
Jim Belushi is alive.
Oh, sorry. Not Jim Belushi.
Oh, John
Alexa, when did, what age did John Belushi die?
John, yeah. So John, James, Jim.
33.
Same as Chris Farley, yeah.
I love how the first is like, Jim Belushi's not dead. He's had several shitty sitcoms that have netted him tons of money. He was on like Life is Jim, Shitty Jim's house.
You know what's funny about that is that him and Dan Aykroyd came to the Strawberry Festival as the Blues Brothers.
Fuck, yeah.
And what was funny about it, I was down there and I watched them and I filmed them and everything like that. And let me tell you, they actually put on a pretty damn good show.
Nice.
Well, he is an actor.
Jim was actually very entertaining. I mean, he got out. He actually left the stage and went into the audience, and interacted with the audience as he was singing and all that stuff. So, they were pretty well entertaining. Anyway, that's all. Just a little bit.
I have a question for you guys. I'd be down to do one more video, but we're at a point right now. Do we want to stop this and start a new one, or do we want to go 10 more minutes and just call it a night?
John Lennon, Paul Walker
died.
Presley, Whitney Houston. People famous died in their 40s. Freddie Mercury.
Oh man,
Steve Moore Hoffman.
Jammer fan, you're in a situation right now. Good thing you're not super famous.
Marvin Gaye.
Because
Steve
if you were super famous, you might die like them.
Nat
King like Cole. Tonight. Yeah, like, oh, fuck.
Don Candy. Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman was dead after he left different strokes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Dolores or whatever. Graham Chapman, Vern Troyer. I don't know these people. Chris
Oh,
Penn.
yeah, mini me. Yeah. Cancer
Yeah.
got him.
Who's that?
Mini me. Cancer got mini me.
Oh yeah.
I could do one more if I could. I'd have to search.
Yeah,
for it,
I
but
just
could find it.
otherwise, or we just do 5 minutes and just kill it lightly. We just like, all right, goodbye, everybody. I still got a little gumption. I don't know about Shag Dog Jammer. You always fucking got more in the tank.
I give and I give and I give to the Spitter Swallow beer review,
But Shag Dog is the glue that's holding this shitty submarine together.
from imploding.
Yeah, and he doesn't look too good.
I'm like,
He's got a dented can of Modelo, which already
oh,
shows.
hear that shit creak. Ah, got my foot up.
It's gonna implode! Watch out!
Shit. It's up to you, Shag Dog. You're controlling what we're gonna do next.
Shit, I don't care. Let it implode.
No, do you have another beer? Can you stay awake for
I got
20
more
minutes?
Modelo. Yeah, I got plenty of Modelo.
You got plenty of
Well,
Modelo.
I can find something. I'll find something.
Is that your last St. Archer?
Yeah. But I'll find something.
Yeah, unless you want to do it. What you got another beer to review,
No,
Jim?
no, I'll do another drinking it, whatever it is. You know, I can do it.
So I miscalculated on my count. I had one I threw in the freezer that I pulled out. That's why I was gone earlier. So I actually have one more natural ice. So I can.
All right. Well, then I'll find something to drink, and we'll do another drinking and thinking. How's
All right, it'll
that?
be part Trey, Summer
Part
Fiasco,
Trey.
Summer Implosion of Beers.
Menage a trois.
Menage a trois. Yes.
All right.
I'll try to spell that.
Summer Implosion. Let's
Hey,
keep
I'm
doing it.
gearing up. I mean, if y'all want to take a trip and experience the full effect of Jammer, just let me know. Because in 2025, I'm going to London, Paris, Rome.
You have to film it live.
Nice.
So pretty much you're going to stink by the time you get to Rome.
Yeah.
Hey, and when I'm in Rome, I'm going to do as the Romans do.
Yeah,
Whatever that means.
right. I think it's that meant from the old days, really. Nowadays, they just, I'm sure they're lazy like fat Americans.
All right. Shag Dog, Jammer, schmoodle-diddle-doo. I'm peacing out, bro doodles.
All right, we'll see you next one.
Hey.
Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and link to your favorite channels or whatever.
Tinkle that bell so you're aware of the latest and greatest videos coming from.
If you got this far in the video, you win a prize. Just let us know that you made it this far.
Yeah.
We'll tell you what the prize is.
Yeah, exactly. Shag Dog, as always, it's been a pleasure. Let's move on to the next great adventure.
All right.